Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
저희 방송은 다양한 언어를 제공합니다. 다음을 참고하세요. suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Afghanistan, Ancient Culture and Beautiful Heritage, Part 3 of 3. Continue watching to find out more.
Want the angels to protect you every minute? Yes? Then choose vegan. Broad-minded viewers, as you may know, Dari is the name of various Persian dialects spoken by many people in Afghanistan. Hello in Dari is Salam, I'm Noria. The proud Afghan people appreciate your loving determination to set free countless innocent animals in confinement. May Allah protect you and yours forever. Welcome to our program, Afghanistan, Ancient Culture and Beautiful Heritage, Part 3 of 3. In this final episode of our series, we'll continue to explore the enchanting culture of Afghanistan, including their traditional painting, music, dance, literature, and festivals. The special arts of traditional Persian miniature painting and calligraphy are deeply rooted in Afghan culture. Persian miniature painting done on paper is a courtly, aristocratic art featuring beautiful colors and meticulous attention to detail that functions as a document of history. The earliest Persian miniature painting was found in the sacred book Arjang, originally illustrated by the venerated Prophet Mani, founder of Manichaeism, who lived during the Sasanian Empire in the 3rd century. Influenced by post-Mongol China culture in the 13th century, miniature painting became an important genre of Persian art and reached its peak during the 15th and 16th centuries. Later, traditional Afghan art incorporated Western influences as well as Islamic traditions such as the Ottoman miniature and the Mughal miniature. Persian miniatures is listed in UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. The ancient art of calligraphy is deemed sacred in Afghanistan as it is considered a link between the spiritual world and the physical world. Recently, Afghan traditional Islamic calligrapher Abdul Hakim Karimzada showcased the ancient art form with an exhibition of his works on the themes of peace, love, and unity. Since the 1900s, Western art styles have been introduced into Afghanistan and integrated into traditional Afghan artworks. Afghan art was long practiced by men, but recently, women artists have emerged. Female students can learn and join art projects at colleges such as Kabul University and the Center for Contemporary Arts Afghanistan, or CCAA, in Kabul. After a period of suppression, contemporary art was revived when Afghan artists began to exhibit their artworks openly again in 2002. The preferred Afghan fine art forms are mostly realistic oil and watercolor paintings. In 2012, Kabul artist Aman Mojadedi curated the 2012 Documenta 13 in Kabul, showing 12 contemporary Afghan artists whose works include digital photography, textiles, abstract painting, film production, and mixed media. Art Lords is a group of about 45 constructive and positive Afghan artists who painted murals in 19 provinces across Afghanistan. From 2014 to 2019, over 2,000 murals were painted to voice the group's philosophy, hopes, and dreams. One of their murals, a tribute to Farkhunda, is dedicated to a young woman who was the victim of a Kabul mob in 2015. The mural is a solemn reminder for men to respect women. The artists' group said in an interview with the media outlet Free Women Writers, "Our art is our weapon." Afghans have many traditional musical instruments to nurture their body and soul. The national instrument of Afghanistan is the rubab, which dates back to the 7th century and is known as the Lion of Instruments. The rubab is mostly played by Afghan, Pashtun, Tajik, Kashmiri, and Persian classical musicians. Many classical and traditional folk melodies feature rubab music. The rubab is often used to accompany Afghan and Persian Sufi poets in their poetry recitals. Dating back to the mid-18th century, the tabla is a popular percussion instrument in Afghanistan that includes a pair of tunable drums played by hand. The tabla may be played solo or accompany other instruments and vocals. Other traditional Afghan musical instruments include the gichag, tambur, kafir harp, tula, zurbagali, zurna, doira, and dohol, which are often included in Afghan traditional ensembles and accompaniment for folk dances. Like many cultures, Afghan traditional music and dance can be enjoyed at festivals and celebrations such as weddings. Traditional Afghan dance styles are generally classified according to ethnic and geographical areas. Turkic dance is performed among the Uzbek people in the north. The Heratis have their own style of a happy dance. The most popular Afghan folk dance, the Atan dance, also considered the national dance of Afghanistan, is usually performed by a group of 10 or more performers accompanied by the dol drum and sometimes by the zurna as well. The Atan dance is primarily performed by men, but on rare occasions, women dancers also participate. A plant-based diet is our original nature. 李正修 Vegan 一贯道 Energetic viewers, we'll now pause for a moment to hear a brief message and return shortly. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program. Throughout Afghan history, many famous writers, poets, scientists, activists, and artists have emerged. The venerated enlightened master Jalaluddin Muhammad Rumi, who is simply known as Rumi, was a world-renowned poet and Islamic scholar in the 13th century. For almost 7 centuries, Iranians, Tajiks, Turks, Greeks, Pashtuns, other Central Asian Muslims, and the Muslims of the Indian subcontinent have been greatly influenced by Rumi's spiritual and literary legacy. With his poems translated into countless languages, Rumi is considered one of the most popular poets in the world. Another native of Afghanistan is astronaut Abdul Ahad Momand, a former Afghan Air Force aviator who became the 4th Muslim as well as the first and only Afghan citizen to make a successful journey to outer space. He is the pride of the Afghan people. Dr. Sima Samar is a famous Afghan women's and human rights advocate, activist, and social worker within national and international platforms. She was the first Minister of Women's Affairs of Afghanistan and changed for the better many things for Afghan women. From 2005 to 2009, Dr. Samar took the role of United Nations Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Sudan. Her contributions have been widely recognized, and she has received several prestigious awards. In 2012, she was awarded the Right Livelihood Award for her long-standing and courageous dedication to human rights, especially the rights of women, in one of the most complex and dangerous regions in the world. In August 2021, Dr. Sima Samar retweeted the following important message that showed her strong determination to protect women's rights in Afghanistan. We cannot allow 20 years of progress, rights, and hope to be rolled back. All throughout the year, numerous festivals and celebrations are held in Afghanistan. Nowruz, celebrated between January and March on New Year of the Islamic calendar, is the most popular festival in Afghanistan. Music and dances are performed for celebrations as farmers express gratitude and joy for their crops. During the observance of Ramadan, one of the most important Islamic traditions that falls on the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, or between September and November of the Western calendar, Muslims do not eat or drink during the daytime and go to mosques to spend several hours in prayer. Businesses are usually closed. Eid al-Fitr, also known as the Festival of Breaking Fast, is another important festival in Afghanistan to mark the end of Ramadan, the first 3 days of the 10th month on the Islamic calendar. At this time, new clothes are worn, gifts are given when friends meet each other, and the graves of departed relatives are visited. Mawalid al-Nabi, celebrated on the 12th day of the 3rd month based on the Islamic calendar, is when the Afghan people commemorate the birthday of the beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Special prayers are recited and mosques are opened for visitors. Local climatic conditions, plants, culture, and ethnic diversity have all formed aspects of Afghanistan's folk life, such as traditional housing and diet. The country's nomadic and transhumant ethnic groups traditionally live in yurts, while in the southern area, the Pashtun people live in tents. Fortified villages built of stone and mud brick are used by northern and western ethnic groups, whereas the northern and eastern Nuristani people live in multi-story wooden buildings. During the 20th century, Western-style buildings, paved roads, modernized city services and facilities were introduced to urban centers of Afghanistan. Wheat, rice, barley, and cotton are the major agricultural crops of Afghanistan. The traditional food is mostly vegan by default. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, or kidney beans cooked in a thick stew with tomatoes and onions are quite common dishes in Afghanistan. This cuisine is not only rich in protein, but also super tasty and cheap, and generally eaten together with Afghan naan bread or chalao rice. Afghans know how to cook a wide variety of rice dishes, such as the traditional Afghan vegan mixed rice dish, gabli palo, which is a delicacy that breaks existing concepts about staple foods. Also, local fruits such as Kandahari pomegranates, Mazari melons, and Meidani apples are outstanding. We extend a hearty thanks to all the wonderful Afghan people for their brilliant arts and culture, which are cherished treasures of the world, inspiring hope and dreams for a free and peaceful world. Vegan, tested positive for sympathy. Kind-hearted viewers, thank you for joining us today during Afghanistan, Ancient Culture and Beautiful Heritage, Part 3 of 3. Up next is Shining World Compassion Award recipient Lei Fan Ha, vegan, the selfless doctor with a golden heart. May your wise endeavors be blessed with much success through heaven's rejuvenating light.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/CTAW.